Hey guys, hope everybody's doing great. I need to finish up a couple of projects, and get everything done that I haven't gotten completely done. We've already got camp started. We've had a couple of snafus, like me being in fumble jail and everything dealing with that. Hopefully I've been good enough to stay out of it. Mwahaha. Hopefully they don't find me. But I had one thing specifically that I needed to make sure you guys got to see. So I need to get that done before y'all find me missing again. One of the things I want to do was make sure that I actually went through this again. I don't know, depending on where this video lands, if you've got to see this yet or not. This is Heavenly Designs, which is Angie Jones, her actual digital kit. It's a Mandori style. I actually have turned it into my traveler's notebook for the summer. It will be, actually what I did was take an old, well not old, it's take an actual junk book. This one specifically was just a catalog that came in the mail, and I turned it into it. The recording of it is in the retreat. You just had to find the correct date on it, but I wanted to make sure I went through a real clear and concise video of it now that I have my actual setup appropriate. So just a quick run through of it. It has my tab set up. It has this book right here. You'll see that it looks a little bit bigger, but the reason being for it is because it sticks out a tad bit. This whole entire section I can actually have. This is my journal, and I leave it in there, but I can also just completely remove it. So it's set this way. And these other papers you see right now, those are items that I need to put in on calendar. So that's not permanent. You'll see it's in an actual tuck. But I've got it page open. We open here. Now we have an actual tuck spot here and a tuck spot here. We open up here. And what this is just literally a flap on the same page here that we created. But I cut the calendars where they'd be one here, one here. So I have June. And this is just one of the actual clips that I have offered. But I have June here, July here. Tab set where I can easily find my months. And I don't have written out yet, but it's August and September because I have a great deal of months is going to be set up. Put that right up there so I can keep it and find it. So spots where I can actually use as far as my tucks here and here, and notes. Now this section right here, I can journal on all of this. I have both of my tucks in here. And I actually set it up where when it opens up this way, this actually folds out here. I'm going to actually lay this down. You can see this part. And then this opens all the way out here. So it gives me plenty of room to do my art journaling, art Bible journaling. Both in that area, I have the front and back of it. And then it'll fold right back in, but on that piece. I got the art area through here. And then this is just on the clip. I've got it where it's a pocket where I can just stuff all of my appointment cards, anything that I need to write down. It's got my husband's schedule in there right now, and my daughter's birthday invitation in there, so I can keep up with it. This has a tuck through here. There's a tuck down here. Beautiful work through there. This one, I just love how it was. It gives me opportunity to journal it. Tuck here. This is another one that I decided to do the same way. Pulls out here. Pulls out here. Goes back. Through here. You know, and so, I mean, of course, this has got the tucks in there. This one allows me to pull it right out. So, I have it. I can journal on as well. Here, this one I had set up. It'd be a tuck through there and there. And then this one I actually set up on the side of this page. It actually has hole punched through here. And then I did the actual rivets on the back with the crocodile. But I've actually got it where I can make out my weekly takeout after I've documented this week's information. Then I can take it and put it in the back of it, start the next week, take it out, put it in the next one. So it would be documented, and then I can file it to the back and have it directly out of my way. I have another little tab on it to keep up with it. So, and then I just literally put one of the round clips that's in my actual ephemera packs to hold on to it. You see that they hold really well on there. And I just love the hem on the back of it, and you see where. And I printed it just as it was, and it would have this part that it should have, you know, cut off. But what I did was literally just took some of my deli paper across the bottom of it, collaged it on top, same thing across here, and it worked just beautifully. And then I actually used bookbinding tape to put across this. In it shows you, but this literally was done with a catalog over the top of the catalog, and it's very sound, very structured. I mean, I love it. It's going to last all summer long. Keeps up with me and the girls and what we're doing, and it makes it real easy. And then this literally is just printed out. The girls love it because they can actually go right here and put their friends' names and numbers in it, and they can remember all of their names and numbers for the summer, know where to find them, so they can get the numbers, give it to their grandmother and say, hey, call so and so. They know exactly where it's at. But that is it. And I've got where I actually created the page, how I did all of it, what I did with them. It's somewhere, like I said, within the retreat. You can go through and find it, what day it's on. And like I said, I don't know if this will fall before or after when this will be posted, but we'll have it in there. Now, the next one I'm going to do, right now I'm going to do is a technique we do with mixed media, and it is paste that we use, mixed media paste. And I wanted to show you that would give you some texture to be able to use on your journals, the covers. You can use it as an embossing, not like an embossing powder, but an actual full embossed cover, to give it the full raised embossing, and then paint over it if you want to, so it's part of the actual cover. It gives a 3D dimensional look to it. You can use it in a stamping way, but the paste can become expensive in the sense that, you know, a small jar maybe 15 can even be $20, but I'm going to give you a much cheaper version. As you know that I've always been an out-of-the-box person. It's like I posted the other day, I think it was on Chrissy's video. You don't have to have the most expensive product, and you don't have to always have exactly what it says. Now, there are some things you need exactly what it says, but you don't have to pay the most expensive price on it. There's always a coupon. But on the other things, there's always a way to make it a little cheaper, or a shortcut. So the shortcut is what I want to show you. The first thing I want to do is bring out the piece that I started on. Started without you guys. And this little journal I started on, it's actually got increased up top because it's been up under something. I'm going to bring it up a little bit closer to the actual thing. And if you'll see, this is a raised texture. Don't know if you can see it on there. But I wanted my little journal to have a cover that had some interesting texture to it. Now, this kit is Penny's. That's just Penny. Excuse me, Penny. That's so Penny. Penny's kit with That's So Penny. The seeds, beads, Seeds, Beads, and Honey, I think. The one that she's offering in the retreat. You can buy. This right here was done by using a stencil that you can get from Linda Israel's store. And I did this beforehand because I wanted it to be dried. This would be what you will receive, the effect you would receive by using paste in a stencil. And it would give you that texture. Now what we're going to do is just use just a little bit of different type of paints to try to paint it to give it that effect. I'm going to do a collage technique to finish up. All I did was print out the page, tear a little piece, and put it on top of this little booklet that I created. And I'm going to show you how to do this booklet, how to create this little booklet. And this little booklet is just opening it up right quick, like creating this booklet. And you just go through and create this booklet. So let me get the stash open. It's all, but it doesn't look like it is. Now I've got out my Jane Davenport splat mat. This is just an art mat, and if you notice that my hand will not even slide on it. Once you put it down, it's not going anywhere. So that is that part of it. Get out my other pieces to collage with. Hoping that everything's here. All pieces, there I go. Don't come on unless you're ready to come on. Have it all together. And this is the little piece basically that I had already torn out from her kit, exactly how I wanted it to go. On her kit. So I am going to glue down. I know how I want. I'm just going to glue. You paying attention to this, not looking to see if y'all are lined up the way I want you to be. Because I want this little piece of black on this side. I'd already decided on that. But I just don't want that B covered up. I don't want this design covered up. I'm going to put this right here. I'm not going to put it on this part because I'm not going to fully put it down right now. I'm just going to do the outskirts of this piece. And move it over to the side so that we're going to get everything ready. And I am going to go ahead and put this piece down. Why didn't anybody holler at me and tell me that I needed to chalk it? Why? I've got everything scattered out. You start hearing kids come up. It is, of course, remember summertime. Boy, these kids are all over the place. Pull. Who? Okay, kids are telling on each other. So, hold on just a second. Oh my. Summertime. I'm going to put that on there. I'll go ahead and do these. We talked about the little makeup brush the other day. It makes a world of difference. I literally cannot get to mine right now. this piece that I'm doing right here, these are Powder Puff inks. They're from Quick Quotes. Powder Puff inks, Quick Quotes. Just PM me if you need to know more about them. They are absolutely wonderful. The pigment on them, everything. This is color is mahogany. It's just wonderful. There's just no way to just quite describe it. If you can see that they're just the actual sponge that's on it. You see it doesn't tear. Most of them, once you use them like that, and they're very easy to use. Very easy. So I can go roll this down. It's just the way that they're shaped, everything. Even this little piece here, round area, allows you to get into areas that, of course, most sponges don't allow you to get to. So, anyway, so that'll be set to go whenever we want to glue that. I'm going to go ahead before I forget and do the rest of this. I love my corners to be dirty. Just dirty. This is dirty. Not just age, but dirty. All that's done. Out of the way. Now, we did this piece. I have this up here. It kind of looks like the same yellow up here, like it's a flower. So I've got my Neo crayons. Someone actually did me a favor and kind of bent my thing. These are water soluble. They color almost like a crayon. Until you mix them with water, and then they're just wonderful. Just wonderful. So I can literally just go right here and say that's the color that it's going to come out, and look at it and see if it's kind of like what I want. I want it to be flat because I don't want it going everywhere. Or I can literally just lightly, because what I've got on here, remember this is not the modeling paste, but it's what I've used instead of the modeling paste. I can literally go right on here like a color crayon and color it to add the color that I want. Because these are just, oh, so wonderful. This is an artist type crayon. This looks against Neo colors. They're water soluble. They're just, I use them for my watercolors. I use them in every part of it. Please don't start rocking. I've actually got to readjust due to some pains in my legs and stuff, so I apologize. I'm going to get you a little bit closer down here to where it's at. I hope anyway. Move everything over. Hopefully you can see a little bit better in it. And then what I'm going to do is literally come in with a water pencil that's no longer here. Okay. You just take with these, all I have to have is a water brush. And what I actually have is an actual artist brush. The brushes that you can put water in. So I don't have to go back and forth. But this mat is an actual waterproof mat, so it allows me to literally put just a little bit of water on on here. And you can see I didn't do a real good job of cleaning out my brush beforehand. But all I have to do is just literally go over this with it, and it becomes water paint. And so now it's an actual watercolored image. It's a complete watercolored image in there. I actually want to do a tad bit of it coming around. This is a water soluble. Again, this is actually a Stabilo type pencil. This is not a full Stabilo, like a regular, like a black Stabilo. It is made by Stabilo, but it's not the regular Stabilo pencil like a black Stabilo. It's not going to do quite as much as what a regular one does. Now, because this has gotten wet, it's not as much. But I want just a tad bit of shadowing per se. So I need to get with the program and stay all on one side of the flower versus going back and forth between. But I decided to stay to the left. And this is just because I want to combine my love for drawing along with doing the other. So now I'm just going to go, I want a little bit more water. So I'm going to do a little bit of water. Now, if I had used a true Stabilo, they'd be the dark color everywhere. So that is what it is. If you hear a child hollering in the background, please forgive me. And my children are hollering for each other. So, again, like I said, just forgive me for the extra noise that you hear. They forget that I'm recording when I say, hey, I'm recording. And it never fails that I start recording, they're not here, and as soon as I hit the record button, they're here. It never fails. So anyway, now get a little bit closer and you see how that's gone from just the white to it. The next thing I can do with this is, you see the little puddle over here, you see the yellow. I'm just going to go in, clearly make the full puddle into real rich yellow, and so it actually becomes what I need. Do that. I can actually decide when I want to put a little orange in with it. So will you ask them to please be a little quiet? See if that'll help some of the parts of the color. I also have my Jane Davenport aqua pastels, and I'll look to see the yellow's not any darker. It's just not going to help me on that part of it. And I also have directly right here with me, I have some other watercolors that and I have this watercolor as well. Let's see how this one will do. So we're just going to go in. So there's a little bit here. Any place that we might see some white, just go over in that area specifically, just to add that extra little color. Not ever necessarily everything, but just any place on the sides, any place that wasn't covered. So any place like sit on these sides right here, so that when it dries, and then when it dries, you've got a raised textured item. So get it back down a little bit. You could easily go in, take your brown. Let's just go ahead and just gonna make a big brown puddle right here. Go ahead and add some water to it. You know, I've got the mahogany that's already there. You know, and just to make things a little interesting in the places, not the flower itself, but maybe in the middle and around itself, to actually go in and to accent the flower, to go in and put, you see how that it's accenting the petals, to do that. And again, like I said, this paper is part of Penny's kit. Huh! One of my kids said something and it made me jump, and there I am dropping stuff. This right here came from me using something similar to something similar to the stuff where I have a word retrieval problem. It's part of my illness, but it's something similar to the actual paste, modeling paste and stuff that we use in mixed media is similar to it, but it's not. It's a much cheaper item. Matter of fact, you can get a version of it from the dollar store. Yes, dollar as in Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, $1. This one that I have, it just happens to be some that I already had here at the house. So, that's the reason why I'm using this one. So, then I have this flower. So that entire piece, this entire piece right here was added. That whole entire piece was added to this kit. The painting part of it, everything was added to the kit. Texture wise, this another element. It just took just a few minutes, and all it extra was, you know, allowing it to dry. That's the main part, just allowing it to dry. Now this is real beautiful, and I want to be able to take the time to show you with it, and hopefully I'm going to have time to pull out a hard book and show you how it looks once you actually take time to do a really hard surface and use it to actually do a full embossed surface and then paint over it. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry just a second, and let's see what we can get into now. Okay, let's see if we can get all this put. Give me just a second with it. Now, the actual book that it's made with, the other journal book that I made was made similar in the fact that it was made with envelopes. These are, again, invitation envelopes. This set was made with use of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 envelopes. Let's see if we can get zoom back out so we can actually see what we're doing now. So we have all of those envelopes, and what we're going to do now is actually see if we can get back situated. Let's see if I can get us